Alex, I spent 20 minutes this morning just staring at a piece of walnut, not even cutting it, just looking at the grain like it was going to whisper the secrets of the universe to me. My grandfather used to say if you look at wood long enough, it'll tell you where it wants to be. Usually it wants to be a mistake, but today it actually felt like it wanted to be a table.
Well, I hate to interrupt your wood whispering session, Tiger, but we've got a lot of ground to cover for the TigerDen Daily. We're talking about the future today. Everything from printers that have more heads than a hydra to why the construction world is basically trading its hard hat for a lab coat.
It's February 27th, 2026, and the shop is changing faster than I can keep my chisels sharp. But before we get into the heavy lifting, how about those new toys from the Prusa camp?
Right, the Prusa INDX. It's finally hitting the shelves soon. We're looking at a multi-tool head setup. You can get 4 heads for $500 or 8 for $700. Tiger, as someone who struggles to keep track of a single pencil behind his ear, how do you feel about a machine juggling 8 different print heads at once?
Looking at that machine makes me feel like I'm watching a high-speed ballet performed by robots. In the old days, which in tech terms was like 3 years ago, if you wanted multicolor or multi-material, you were either wasting half your filament on a poop tower or crossing your fingers that the single nozzle didn't clog while switching. This INDX thing, it's basically like having a pit crew for your 3D printer. Each head stays loaded, stays ready, and just steps in when it's its turn to shine.
And the material they're launching with it, Ultra Glow Green. It's $83 for less than a kilo. That is a steep price for something that glows in the dark. Is it worth the premium, or are we just paying for the neon aesthetic?
Look, I've used the cheap glow stuff before. It's usually about as bright as a tired firefly. But this new PETG formula, it's like they bottled a radioactive sun. If you're making safety signage for a dark shop or high-end art that needs to pop when the lights go out, you want the good stuff. It's like buying top-shelf finish for a dining table. You moan about the price once, but you smile every time you look at the result for the next 10 years.
Speaking of art, did you see that Spiral Betty tool? It turns a photo into a single continuous spiral line. When you 3D print that, it creates these hidden image prints.
That is the coolest bit of digital sorcery I've seen in a minute. From a distance, it looks like a record groove or a thumbprint. But as you walk past it and the light hits those ridges, boom, it's your dog's face or a portrait of your spouse. It's that kind of stuff that moves a maker from the guy who 3D prints trinkets to the artist who creates conversation pieces.
Transitioning from the home shop to the big job sites, the 2026 labor data just dropped. It's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? Total demand for new workers dipped to 350,000, which sounds like the party is over compared to the 500,000 peaks we had. Is the Great Build finally slowing down?
Well, it's not slowing down, it's just moving house. Residential might be catching its breath, which, honestly, after the last few years, we all needed. But look at the big builds. Commercial projects are up 26%. Institutional builds, schools, those massive hospital wings, are up 34%.
So, if you're a Sparky or a plumber, you might want to stop eyeing the suburban kitchen remodels and start looking at the hospital contracts.
Exactly. Residential work is like sprinting. It's fast, it's frantic, and you're in and out. But commercial and institutional work, that's a marathon. It requires a different level of precision and scaling. If I'm a young guy entering the trades right now, I'm not just learning how to wire a light switch. I'm learning complex HVAC control systems and commercial power grids. That's where the stability is. The big builds are starving for hands, and they're paying a premium for people who aren't afraid of a blueprint that's thicker than a phone book.
Do people even know what a phone book is anymore? Stick to the point, old man.
Fair point. Let's just say the blueprints are heavy.
Let's pivot to the maker mogul side of things. The Creator Economy report says makers are getting professional. 22% is prioritizing high-end video, and 20% is focused on brand identity. It feels like the era of filming your project on an old phone with a shaky hand is officially dead.
It's the behind the blueprint era. People don't just want to see a finished table anymore. They want to see the tension in the wood when you're milling it. They want to hear the crisp click of the joinery fitting together. We're moving toward shorter, polished edits that respect the viewer's time, but scream quality.
It sounds a bit intimidating for someone just starting. Do you really need a $4,000 camera to sell a birdhouse?
No, and that's a trap people fall into. Professionalism isn't about how much you spend on the lens. It's about the intention. It's about cleaning the sawdust off the workbench before you hit record. It's about having a logo that doesn't look like it was drawn in MS Paint by a caffeinated toddler. If you want people to pay $500 for your hand-turned bowls, your presentation can't look like a $5 garage sale. You have to bridge the gap between hobbyist and craftsman in the way you present yourself to the world.
So, you're saying your beard grooming should probably be part of your brand identity now?
Hey, this beard is a carefully curated disaster, thank you very much. But seriously, the 2026 vibe is all about technical mastery. Show them you know your stuff. Show the how and the why, not just the what.
Speaking of the how, we've got some weekend homework for the DIY crowd. Number one on the list is a kitchen upgrade, enclosing a dishwasher at the end of a cabinet run. That sounds like one of those projects that looks easy until you're 3 hours in and realize nothing in your kitchen is actually square.
Oh, every kitchen in America is a series of lies told by a builder 30 years ago. Nothing is level, nothing is plumb. But enclosing that dishwasher, that is the secret sauce. When you just have a dishwasher sitting at the end of a counter with a gap on the side, it looks like an afterthought. When you box it in with a matching gable or decorative panel, suddenly your kitchen looks like it was designed by a pro.
You mentioned a pro tip about moisture. I'm guessing you've seen some soggy outcomes there?
I have seen things, Alex, things that would break your heart. People use standard particle board or cheap MDF for that end panel because it's easy to paint. Then the dishwasher hums, steam escapes, and a year later, that panel is swelling up like a balloon. Spend the extra $10 on moisture-resistant substrate, exterior-grade plywood or MDO. It's the difference between a project that lasts a lifetime and one that turns into oatmeal when the steam hits it.
And for those who aren't ready to tear their kitchen apart, there's always the tool hunt. The Maker channel is highlighting about 40 genius tools on Amazon right now. Are these actually genius, or are they just more clutter for the pegboard?
Some of it is fluff, sure, but every now and then you find a marking gauge or a specific style of spring-loaded clamp that makes you wonder how you lived without it. My rule is, if a tool solves a problem that's been annoying me for more than 3 projects in a row, it's not clutter. It's an investment in my sanity.
And we can't forget the spiralized art project. You mentioned doing a shadow box version using that Spiral Betty tool.
It's a low-cost win. You print the spiral image, backlight it in a shadow box, and it looks like a museum piece. If you're a maker looking to start a side hustle, that is a high-margin product right there. Very little filament, high visual impact.
It feels like the theme for this week is precision. Whether it's the multi-head printers, the specialized trades, or the polished branding.
Precisely. Sorry, couldn't help it. But you're right, the world is getting noisier, and the only way to stand out, whether you're a welder, a woodworker, or an artist, is to lean into the details. Don't just do the work with a level of care that other people find exhausting.
That's a good place to leave it. Whether you're heading to the job site to build a school or just heading to the garage to build a shelf, remember to stay sharp.
And stay curious. Every mistake is just a very expensive lesson you haven't finished learning yet. We'll see you in the shop.